much I have used it last day. No. How many uses I had last update versus how many uses English, please. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm bringing you the third update for my Leave the Hive in 25 project pan. This is a Fantastic Ladies collab and it was created by Deb B. I'll have both the Fantastic Ladies Facebook page, the list of everyone who is collabing on this project, as well as Deb B, all linked down in the description. This is a 2-part project where you work on 25 beauty or makeup items. The aim is to finish them up before the end of the year, hence Leave the Hive. If you do not finish them up, you are technically meant to make the choice to declutter them. Though Deb B has said multiple times that is your choice, you do not have to do that. The other part of this project is a monthly declutter, and to be honest, that is why there is a large gap since my update 2 and my update 3. I have not really been keeping up with the decluttering side of this project. However, I do know that Deb B chose to do the decluttering on the side and not include it in their videos and declutter as they're going rather than focus and deliberately declutter certain things or certain areas. I think that is how I'm kind of leaning as well. I do know that I am slowly decluttering things, but I'm not necessarily filming it or putting those items aside to go into my 25 items per month. So going forward, though there really is only this update and then the finale, I'm not going to be continuing with the 25 items a month declutter, but please note I am decluttering slowly but surely in my real life. In fact, if you've recently seen my project 333, I'll have that linked up in the cards and down in the description. I did declutter 11 clothing items within that video. And I am still planning to do a makeup and beauty and a book declutter at the end of the year. Honestly, I thought I was doing quite well with this project, and then I sat down to prep for this update. And considering this is the last update before the finale, we really are not doing as well as I thought. I am getting a lot of use out of specific items, and there are other items in this list that I have not touched. And considering that it has been nearly 4 months since my last update, that is not great that there are items on here I still haven't touched even once throughout this year, and we are in September. In fact, out of the original 25 items, so far we have only finished 3. And this update, we're only going to be talking about 9 items. So I've only touched these 9 items. Anything that has been untouched since the last update, I'm not talking about. So I am definitely not doing as well as I was hoping. Though I am pleased to say we will have 2 empties. Instead of sitting here feeling sad and sorry for myself, let's just jump in and talk about the items that we do have some use on. First up, we have item 4, which is in fact our first empty. This is the Juicy Couture perfume, and last update we were up to here. During that time, I have completely used this up, but it took me another 55 uses. You'll see over here information. I can't give you any weights for this because the packaging alone is big and bulky and is too much for my little scales. But I am super pleased to have this really large perfume done and dusted and out of my collection. Then we have the La Roche-Posay. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And last update we were up here and now we are down to here. I have used it an additional 26 times and there has been a decent drop in the weights. Looking at the consistency of the lines, I'm thinking that we are not going to have this completed by the finale, but I'm really happy to be getting use out of it. In fact, it is what I'm wearing on my face today, and overall, I'm quite enjoying this product. Then we have the I Heart Revolution Mint Choc Chip Color Correcting Primer with vitamin C and E. I haven't drawn another line for this because when I hold it up to the light, it doesn't look like it's gone down. However, I do find that green color correctors, they don't reflect the light through them to really show you where the product is, like the strength of the product. Does that make sense? I'm trying to say that the green seems to dull the light coming through, which is probably why it is used as a color corrector. So it does make it hard to see how much product we have left. Though I do use a small amount of this very, very often. So I've used this 47 times since the last update. And I also think that I'm still going to have this product hanging around at the finale. Though I am still hopeful to have it done by the end of the year. Then we have the I Heart Revolution Banana Split Radiance Primer with vitamin C and E. I was able to put a new line on here. Last update I was up here. Now I am down to here. I generally use these two hand in hand, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I have used this one a couple extra times. So the banana primer has been used 45 times since the last update. And I'm feeling the same way as I am regarding the Choc Chip Primer. I don't think I'll have either of these done by the finale, but I am still really hopeful to have it finished by the end of the year. I'm absolutely shocked that this Mod Brow Gel is still hanging around. I will put a photo up, hopefully where you can see all the streaking that is currently going on in this product. And to be honest, I really thought that this was close to done by last update, yet it was not, and it is still hanging around. I do have it on my brows today, and I can see how there is less product coming out, but it is not yet complete. I have used it 48 times since the last update, and I think I will still have it hanging around by the finale. Though I do think I can have it done 100% by the end of the year. I feel the same way about the Milani eyeshadow primer. This one here, I can't really give you any lines because it's not really going down, though you can see a difference in the weights. I've also used this one 45 times since the last update, and I do think I could probably keep on keeping on for a while longer. I really do enjoy this primer. It is the primer I'm wearing under my shadow today, and I'm happy to still have it in my collection. Then we have my second empty. You'll recognize this from one of my last Trash Talk videos. I'll have it linked up in the cards. But this is the Essence Lip Base in the formula 01 Let's Get It Started. It was an interesting little pan of lip base. A little bit different than my preferred type of lip base. I didn't really like sticking my finger in there to rub it on my lips, but I'm happy to have this done. It did take me an additional 12 times since the last update, and I have had this one completed for a while now. Then we have the Sephora Lip Sleeping Mask. I'm not getting enough usage out of this. I'm kind of hit and miss with my usage. Though I have used it 8 times since the last update, I definitely think this is also going to be a product coming with me into 2026. And last but not least, we have the Body Shop lipstick in the color Crush. And this packaging is looking beat up. I have actually started using this really regularly as a cream blush. So I do have it on today, both here. I put like a dot here, and a dot on the end of my nose, and I just blend it in with a sponge. And I've been using this product majority of the time that way. I do on occasion still put it on my lips, as the product seems perfectly fine, but it is mainly getting used as a cream blush. And I have really flattened out this product. So this is how much is left. I will actually stick over here what it is looking like in the measurements. And I think because I now flattened it out, where last time I still had the side peak, you can see a huge difference throughout the year of how much product I've been using up. I don't think I'm going to have this done by the finale, and probably not also by the end of the year, but I do think if I keep using it the way I am, it will not make it through 2026, which I'll be pleased to actually complete this, as it is one of my first lipsticks, and I'm pretty sure it is the oldest lipstick still in my collection. So those are the only items I've actually used since the last update. You might have picked up where I'm saying going into 2026 with me. I think it is probably going to be less than likely that I actually declutter any of these products at the end of this project. I do enjoy partaking in the Leave the Hive or the Out the Door, whatever this project is called, but I don't think I'm ready to declutter items that I'm still enjoying. Though I know that there are items on this list I haven't touched all year, so technically I should make the choice there. I just don't want to, really, so that's probably not how this little adventure will end. But make sure you check out Deb B's channel, as well as everyone else who is participating in this project. And until next time, I'm Verity. This was my third update for my Leave the Hive in 25 project pan. And now to the outro.